Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. In this video I'm going to be doing some shooting indoors for a change. I'm going to be taking photographs of these leaves and also these little tiny cinnamon sticks, getting the darkroom later on, see if I can make some nice prints and get them framed up indoors. Pretty simple photography. For the job I'm using the Mamiya RZ. You've got my light meter, cable release. Behind me is the scene I've already set up. I'll show you that in a moment, and anyone can do this. And I've also got a roll of Ilford Delta 400 speed film. One of the films that I rarely often use. I've used it in the past, but it's not really one that I go for. But I bought a brick of it the other day and I thought I'm going to give it a good try, see if it will work nicely with my landscapes. And I'll tell you why. For a 400 speed film, it's a little less harsh than Ilford's HP5. I don't often use that for my landscapes or seascapes because of the grain in the sky. I don't quite like it. However, I do use it for my Holga camera. I just don't know why, it just seems to work really nice in my Holga. But what they say on Ilford website about this film is they say it's a high-speed black and white film designed to produce images with extraordinary depth and detail, exceptional sharpness and the finest... Why did that just go off? Created using their latest core shell technology, emulsion technology. Delta 400 produces images with exceptional sharpness and the finest grain, which is great for if I want to go and do some scapes. I'm going to shoot a couple with this film in this camera in a little while after I've done the scenes behind me, just to see what it does look like in the sky. So I'm looking forward to shooting this particular roll and also some of the others that I've got. I did do a shoot last night. I'll show you some of those images of these flowers I bought for my wife. Funny enough, I ended up taking photographs of them. But she don't watch my channel, so all is good. She won't find out, hopefully. She does read the comments, so you guys keep quiet, yeah? It's between us. And I was making a video yesterday which was supposed to be released next week, but it failed on me. I was trying to compare Kentmere's 400 speed film with Ilford's HP5, a video that I will make over the next few weeks. But basically it all went belly up on me. I took the Olympus OM20 with a roll of HP5 and I took the CANON CE5 camera. I used this camera to meter and then I took a shot with this, with the Kentmere, took another shot with the Olympus, identical with the HP5. But unfortunately, this camera shutter speeds aren't working. Unbeknown to me at the time, sounded good, but it's only when I got back I noticed when I developed the negatives that it's pretty much gone to camera heaven. So it needs a little bit of TLC. I don't know what's wrong with it. Hello. All right.
It's not the best light.
Hey?
It's not the best light for it.
It's not the best light, no. But I'm pushing my film, so I could get around it a little bit. You all right?
Yeah.
You're down in the chine, are you?
Yeah, we're a bit of change.
Yeah. Quite steep in there. So I couldn't produce that video, but every cloud has a silver lining, because I met this couple in the village I was at and they wanted to know where the beach was. I said it's about a 5-minute drive, you've got a car? They went no. I said well, I'm going to the beach if you want a lift, and they said all right, lovely, and they jumped to the back.
Very sweet of you to bring us.
That's all right, I was coming down here anyway.
Yeah, and good luck with your photographs.
Thank you.
Having been married to a photographer for 60 years.
I bet there's plenty of photographs of you in his albums, eh?
Well, yes.
And then it started raining and I felt sorry for him, so I went looking for him and drove him back to the village. So although my photography didn't work, I managed to help out an elderly couple in need of wanting to go to the beach. So let's get on with this video. I'm going to be taking a few shots of a little white background behind me. I've got some of these leaves. I did post a picture of this on Instagram the other day that I shot on 35mm. These aren't real leaves, they're actually from China. But they look bloody real when you put them on the photograph, you know. So I've got these leaves here, and I've got these cinnamon sticks as well that I'm going to be taking photographs of. And then after I've done a little bit of playing around with the backdrop that I've got over there, I'm going to go outside and try and see how this Ilford Delta 400 plays up with the skies outside. It's nice blue sky, a little bit of cloud. I might stick a red filter on, try and darken the sky down, but most importantly I want to see if this is going to be any good for my landscapes and seascapes in the future, because it would be handy to have a 400 speed film when I'm doing that. So anyway, let's crack on. So I'm all tickety-boo and ready to go. The tripod is all nice and sturdy. The camera's sitting there sturdy. If I touch the tripod, obviously it's going to wobble, so I've got to be very careful. I'm just going to take a meter reading using a grey card, pointing back towards the camera. And that's giving me F11.7, I've got a bellows factor on there as well, the bellows are extended, so that's a half a stop. So I'm going to come down to F11, and that's at 15th of a second, that should be good. F11, 1/15th of a second, open the mirror, very carefully when that camera stops wobbling, take your shot, done. So that's pretty much as simple as that is. The main thing I've got to do is make sure that no little tiny bits of hair or dust fall onto this paper, or that'll be a nightmare for me in the print. But I'm going to rearrange the camera, take some different compositions of this. But first of all, I'm going to put the cinnamon sticks down on there for that same angle and see how they come out. So my wife's flowers that I bought her, that you saw at the start of the video, they were done last night under LED panels with a soft diffuser over the top. So, but I don't think you can beat natural window light, and today's a beautiful day. There's a little bit of cloud out there, so I have to watch when that goes in and out of the sun, so I have to keep metering. But I don't think you can beat window light when you've got a nice large window like this just coming through on your subject. It's just natural, it's a natural light source, you know. And it's pretty soft. If it was quite hard, I could use a shower curtain or some sort of diffusion against this window just to soften the light and so I don't get any harsh shadows. But at the moment, it's looking nice. So this time I've just changed the composition a little tiny bit. The sticks are still the same, camera's at a different angle, and I've also pulled in this little tiny white box because the light source is coming this way, and this little white box is just reflecting a little bit of that light back into the stick, so there's not so much of a dark side here. Measure up the meter in again with the light, take a shot. And that is all I've used for my background. It's just a roll of paper, white paper, and a photographer's clamp underneath. So I've got one of my wife's roses out of the vase. There's the white background. This time I put it against that wall. The window light's still coming through. I've set the camera. All I need to do is do some readings. This time I'm going to do an incident reading on here. And I'm going to change the aperture as well. I'm going to go for F11, but then I'm also going to do a shallow depth of field just to see if we can get some soft focus around this rose, but keeping it sharp in the middle. So I'm just up the lane near where I live, and you can see the composition that I'm looking for through the camera. I've just set it up, a little tiny bit of cloud in the sky, there's a little bit of haze up there, but I'm still going to use an orange and red filter. I'm still trying to get used to those things, because the last time I did that didn't have much luck on them. But they were shooting in this field this morning at 10 o'clock. There was all the farmers were up there with their shotguns taking out all the pheasants. It's all controlled shooting, you know. That's what you can see, these tracks. That's for the gun club to walk up and down, and they're boom 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 shooting all the pheasants and partridges and geese as well. Anyway, let's get a shot. So I've only done 10 shots. What's that? I've got 5 shots left, but really I'm just playing with this film to see if it's really going to suit my landscape photography. I just want to see the grain in the development. It would be ideal to use Ilford's microfilm developer, but I haven't got any, so I've been using ADOX's FX39 lately. That's been quite nice. So I'm going to try this film in the FX39. I did develop those flowers last night in FX39, and they came out with relatively fine grain, but it'll be interesting to see the sky and see how that comes out. You know, just moving forward, see if this film's going to be any good for my landscapes and seascapes. Nice day today. Well, I'm going to shoot 5 shots on. So I'm in the darkroom now, ready to make a couple of prints, and that's the only way really I could see if this film's going to suit my photography, because I'm always in the darkroom making prints. What you saw on the video there was DSLR scans, so the real proof in the pudding is going to be from the prints. These are the negatives here, and I'm pleased to say they've come out really nice, apart from a couple of portraits, one of George, and well, the other two are right actually. But the leaves, I think the Mamiya is so sharp it picked up on the fabric that they were fake, you know, so I could just go out and get some leaves and do it again, some real leaves off the trees. It's autumn coming, they'll be falling off anyway, and the little tiny sticks, they came out really nice. So I'm going to make a print of the sticks and also of the landscape as well, just so I can see the grain levels in there. Let's get on with it. And you can see the negs here, these are the leaves. Like I said, you can see the fabric in them, you can see that they're fake on these, on these negatives, so whew, I won't be printing them. But these ones look alright, the little twigs, I really like those, cinnamon sticks, they look lovely. These leaves actually look nice, I might make a print and see how it looks. The rows come out really nice as well, I was pleased with that, and also the landscapes as well, a little bit of difference between the filters I noticed. My portrait I think was the best. And the pumpkins, I thought I'd try that one out. I used an orange filter on the pumpkin just to turn it a little bit lighter, so that was interesting to see. But the legs look really nice. Let's see what we can do in the print and see the tonality and also the grain. So I'm not going to be having a lengthy darkroom session on this video, guys. I'm just going to show you a couple of bits and then show you the prints afterwards. This is I bought one of those Newton glass pieces for my carrier there just to flatten the negative. This is the first time I've used it. I'm a bit worried in case it's going to really collect a shitload of dust, but anyway, we'll soon see how we get on. Just got to be careful about that dust. I'll be interested to see how this looks actually. I know it looks fake, but let's see what it looks like in the print, eh? So there's the negative there on the baseboard. You can see I've just cropped in slightly, not cropped in, I've just left a little tiny edge. I've got a cropped negative carrier, thanks to Tim on Patreon, he sent me those. So I can leave a little tiny black border around the edge of the print. Christ, that is true to their word, really fine grain on that film actually. I'm just going to use my phone and see if I can get in there and show you the grain that I can see. I don't know if I can or not. Let's have a look. Can we... I don't know if I can... That's tricky. I don't think I can show you the grain. It's quite hard. I can't really. No, it's quite hard, difficult. Never mind. Yeah, it's fine grain. If that grain's like that in that sky on the landscape, I'll be happy. Right, let's do a quick test print. Make a print of this. It shouldn't take long. Bring the aperture down to f8. Put my 2.5 grade filter in there. Just increments of 2 seconds. 1, 2, 4. 6, 8, 10 should be enough. Now I might have to try this again with real leaves. Last time I did this using Oro film and the Leica MP camera, it actually looked okay, but this shoot, maybe it was the lighting that's picked up on the fabric of the leaves. But let's have a look at this test print. I've just finished developing the print. It looks really nice actually. It's come out really nice. So let's get that dry and have a look at it. So that's come out really nice. This is the test strip that I did of increments of 2 seconds. I chose 7 seconds and then went ahead and made a whole print for 7 seconds. You can see the whole negative inside that 9.5 by 12 inch paper there. So it's probably about, I don't know, 7 or so inch print. I just missed out the rebate, so I had to do a couple more, and then they are hanging out to dry. You can see I've got the rebate back in now, so it all looks really nice. I'm now going to work on the sticks. In she goes. And if this had come out okay, I'll make a few more of this one, and then I'll get on to the one of the landscapes just so I can see the grain in the sky, but I can't see hardly any grain at all on these prints. If I do see grain, it's expected, being a 400 in the FX39, but so far they're looking really nice. Yeah, that's come out nice. That's come out nice as well. Look at that. I'll get that one washed. So I'm happy with that. No dodging, burning, nothing needed. Just straight 2.5 grade filter, and I'll make a few more. Yeah, exactly the same exposure, and that one's come out really nice as well. There's no, if you're going to pixel pop it, you can see a slight grain in the wood, but of course you are, it's film, but nowhere near as what would have been if it was HP5. That's amazing film. And these two prints was from the negative with the red filter on the landscape. I did it for 7 seconds at a hunch, no test strips. The ground was okay, but the sky was a little bit too light. So the second one I did, I set the enlarger timer for 12 seconds, and I just let this bit go for about 6 seconds, and then I covered it so the rest of the sky got a bit more burned in, and that looks more pleasing. It is there, but it's very smooth, very fine. If that was HP5, that would have been that would have been quite grainy. So I'm quite excited. I could use this in my Holger and my scapes as well. So that was a nice window light shoot and a nice little darkroom session that I did here. Those prints are going to go on my Etsy page, guys. If you're interested in purchasing one of those actual prints that I made in this video, I'll put the link in the description. What do I think of Ilford Delta 400? I just wish I'd used it more in the past. I have used it, like I said before, but never really taken much notice of it. Looking at it now, I think it's going to be ideal for my Holger shoots when I go out, and also a few landscapes and seascapes as well. Maybe some portraits. I thought my one came out all right. Let us know in the comments if you use Ilford Delta. You know, how do you get on with it? What do you use it for? I'd be interested to know. Anyway, thanks very much for watching the video. I hope it's giving some people some inspiration. I'll catch you next time.